Yeah, we know there are frame drops, and we just want them to vanish.
With magic.
With magic, yeah. So we are working on getting the proper connection together. So we can go again? Yeah. Okay, then let's go. Take 2 in 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, let's see how many times we have to restart.
My best bet is 5.
Only?
Yeah, I trust in you this time.
Well, at least for this game I got many backup saves, so I won't say it. I won't say it. I don't want to jinx anything.
Estimate rip.
I hope I won't get overestimate. I kind of regret that I put the estimate down before the marathon started. Because if I did, I had about 30 minutes between personal best and estimate. So yeah, as I said, Venetica is an action RPG released in 2009, made by Deck 13, which is more known for point-and-click adventures, but also I think it's not that known internationally. And yeah, they try to do an action RPG here. So we have the glorious hero in his armor and the beautiful girl next to it, so yeah, we're gonna kick some ass with the hero, I guess. Of course, yeah, well, I guess you know that that's not true. Actually, I can skip dialogues, but I can't skip cutscenes. So if the dialogue is within a cutscene, I can't skip this dialogue anymore. That's why I just could skip the first half of this dialogue, because then it immediately got into a cutscene and I couldn't skip it anymore. So, let's see. So the village gets attacked and yeah, actually we're playing the girl and yeah, that's Scarlet. And we just need to get off this burning bridge. Which isn't that easy, because, well, not nice. So he tells her to just stay there, but as nice as we are, if someone cries for help, of course we want to help here. So let's just get the fire poker here. And just club some of these assassins down. So yeah, there are many cutscenes in the beginning. It will get better later, because we can then skip some cutscenes. And we can actually do a lot, but that's currently more or less the tutorial right now. So these were kind of nice. And that's about a 5-8, that's okay. So yeah, a very long cutscene for now.
Classic hero jump.
Oh yeah, of course. The classic heroes. Just some casual killing there. And I just want to notice, he just got that long knife in the back. And what does she first? She looks first, and then she just turns him on his back. Just drive it a little bit further in.
Just to make sure he's going to die.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I can't be serious in these cutscenes. I watch them slightly too often.
Bitte.
Ich werde bei dir sein. Immer.
Nein. Venetica. Nein.
And now the knife is gone?
Or it's... Well, I don't want to say anything. So yeah, for now, okay, I have to explain something, because now there's a cutscene starting with a dialogue in it, and we can actually skip the dialogue. So, just a little bit to notice about the plot of this game and the setting, because it's relevant for the gameplay. So, she sees someone here, and this guy is actually more or less Death himself. But in the setting of Venetica it's a little bit different, because the Death is not a person. It's more or less a, well, a job would be too casual, but it's, yeah, some kind of duties several chosen people get to do when they die, for a certain period of time. So until they just are the Death for a certain period of time after they die, and until some next guy who is chosen also dies, and then he gets the Death, and so on. And the current Death, so the Death is always someone who used to live, and the current Death, as he lived, was indeed the father of Scarlet, our character here. So Scarlet is actually the daughter of the Death, which is quite interesting, because you will see that some things involving the Death in this game get a little bit different. So yeah, for now we just have to get new clothes, because these ones are kinda wrecked right now. So we got some clothes, but they don't fit, so we just make them fit at the blacksmith. He's also a good tailor, obviously. It looks even nice.
Ja, sag nichts.
Ich werde...
Scarlet! Scarlet!
So, and of course, because, well, Scarlet is the daughter of the Death, but of course, it just can't be that you are casually daughter of the Death and that's it. So, Scarlet gets a quest, and there's a powerful necromancer in this game, and he just made himself undead, and so Death can take him. That's bad. So we needed someone who has the power of Death, but is in the world of the living, which we might know someone here. So meanwhile we die. RIP. I guess it's game over. Damn it!
Reset.
Reset. Reset. No, not actually. Yeah, since Scarlet is the daughter of the Death, she can't die that easily. You will notice, as soon as I get out of the dialogue, in the top left corner, you have in red the health bar, in blue the mana bar, as you know it from other RPGs, and there's a purple ring, which is the shadow energy. And as long as we have shadow energy, we can die as we want, and we just stand up again, and we don't go game over, basically. So yeah, and as I said, Scarlet has a task to do, and she needs to kill this undead necromancer. And yeah, he's just called the undead lord, so we just can't kill him. So we need a special weapon first, and this weapon might be somewhere around here. One thing to notice, I suddenly have a different weapon. It's actually possible to quick loot enemies, and it's possible to switch between weapon categories, and it always takes the best weapon of a category. So I quick looted one of the assassins, got a assassin sword there, and then I quickly equipped it by changing the weapon category. I previously had a sword, and I changed it to sword, but since the assassin sword is better than the fire poker, I just get the assassin sword. So for now we're in this hut, and it's said that in this hut there's the moonblade, which is the weapon that Scarlet needs. And yeah, somewhere it's somewhere hidden in this hut, and the owner of this hut is a late blacksmith, and in front of the hut, because the blacksmith is dead, the two nephews, their nephews actually, are arguing over who gets the hut. And we just received the testament. We just found it in the hut, and yeah, now we show it to them. It looks a little bit buggy because we're standing halfway in him. So now that we cleared up who gets the hut, who inherits the hut, they invite us in and just lock this. They open this lock for us. So yeah, now this one is open, and we can enter this part of the hut, and somehow there's a shrine here. Let's see what we got here. So is the connection still stable, or is it always already in flames?
Panic basket.
Panic basket already? That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. I hope it works out. So yeah, now we got the Moonblade, but sadly it's not in a good condition. It needs to be repaired. We could go to the blacksmith now, and he says, well, I can't do that because I need something to do it. I need some material, and I can't use normal steel, sadly. So if you don't find the legendary Moonstone, no, I can't do anything. Luckily, some of the there's a copper mine in this valley, and the miners there should know something, maybe. That's what the blacksmith tells us. But since, yeah, this copper mine is just around the corner, I guess we just get to it and don't take the way to the blacksmith. So let's see. I already hear some stuff. Yeah, it's German. It's German. You didn't hear it, but the host just has some fun with the German commentary, with the German voice. So let's see. So yeah, you might think, well, this is all straightforward. There is really not that much to say about this run. Well, there is, but it's about to get glitchy a little bit. Not now. We might need 2 or 3 more minutes, but yeah, then it will get nice. So we just need to get to this door here. And here another mechanic in the game gets introduced. Here we will see the portal statues. There are overall 6 of these statues in the game, and they are always broken. And when we repair them, we will get into the world of the dead. And yeah, we will get some additional skills there. We will get some additional skills here, and actually we will unlock a mini skill tree. There are 6 mini skill trees for necromancer magic, and we will unlock one of at each portal statue. We will unlock one of these mini skill trees, but we only need the first skill in the tree, which we get at the statue itself, but we will need each of these 6 skills, because in the end of the game you will need all 6 skills to complete the game. So we would just have to visit each of these statues and watch a very nice cutscene. And because it's the world of the dead, we yeah, we just meet people who are already dead. It's really nice in this game because you really get that in this game the death itself has a total different meaning than other RPGs. And that's what I like at this game actually. The setting is very good involved in the plot and everything.
I like how he hugs you, but we murdered him at the beginning.
Basically. Basically, yes. So, the first skill that we get is the Shadow Path. And that one is interesting. I will use it in many different ways, but one of the most important ways is this, the Nexus portal. And so, the Shadow Path overlaps the world of the dead with the world of the living. And so we're technically in the world of the dead, but we're still living. And I take a quick save here. This is a backup save, which I will need to do. You see that I had already some save files there. They are just for backup. If something in the run goes very wrong, I can do it. I can use these save files. So now I get back in the Shadow Path, but before I get into the portal I will do a quick save. There are 2 quick save slots, and they are very important to do some pretty interesting stuff. So we made on the first quick save slot this quick save, and as soon as I get out of this door I will do a quick save in the second slot and load the first one. And then I get into the portal, and while I'm getting into the portal, I will load the quick save I just made in the copper mine. And you will see that the screen fades black, and suddenly we're at the entrance of the copper mine. How did that work? Somehow, some values in the game don't get restored when you load a quick save. And so one of these values is you are about to go into a Nexus portal, which is rather insane because I just was on a total different map, got into the Nexus portal, and I took this you are about to go into a Nexus portal to the quick save I made in the copper mine. So the game tried to enter a Nexus portal in the copper mine, which itself is not there. There is no Nexus portal on the map, so the game just puts us to a default position on the map, which happens to be near the entrance, and I just use this to quickly teleport back to the entrance.
We have a $5 donation from Static Ohai. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but says, this goes out to all the runners giving their best for a good cause. Rummel. Grats, Static Ohai. Rummel.
Rummel.
Rummel. Sorry if I got your name wrong, by the way, but you can donate €5 more dollars if you want, and tell me how you actually pronounce it, and I'll try again.
Sell out. But okay, it's for a good cause.
Exactly. Also, we're currently at €235. Dollars, I'm sorry. Yeah, thanks a lot for contributing.
Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, the blacksmith just restored the moonblade. So we have a fully functionating moonblade. I can't talk even. And I just made a quick save, and I will go into this Nexus portal here. There are 2 types of Nexus portals. One teleports us to another location on the same map, and one teleports us to a secret chamber. And what I want to do is just a preparation for later in the run. I will do a save here on a new file, and then just, oh, that was the wrong one. I will need this one, and then just load the save file I made here to get ahead. I just need this save file I just created in the secret chamber for later, for very, very, very later. It's almost the end of the run when I will use this one. So for now we have the moonblade, which we can use now. but I won't use it. Oh yeah, as long as I'm in the shadow path, I am invisible. That's one neat thing, because I don't have to deal with all these enemies. And yeah, just another small cutscene. He doesn't talk.
We have another $10 donation saying, "We #save the children," and the rest of the message is in German, so I'm not going to read that out. But it says Rummel at the end, so thanks a lot.
Yeah, these guys are from the German restream.
And it's from Anonymous, by the way. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, these demons here are interesting enemies because they are actually the blocker for us to take the Moonblade first before we leave this area. Because the Undead Lord resides in, well, this
Gut, du hast sie erledigt.
Ihr seid schon da?
this whole world is the place where the game is a fictive Venice and some regions around it. And we have to head on to Venice now because there's a, yeah, we start in a small village in the mountains, not far from Venice, but we have to get over the mountains and head to Venice because the Undead Lord is in Venice actually, and when we want to kill him, we have to get there.
Dann können wir weiterziehen.
So yeah, they opened. Well, now that they know who gets the heart of their uncle, they also want to get back to Venice, so we travel together, which is very good because we always can need some companions, especially since there are always some enemies around here. I only need to kill the master of them, and yeah, then the other two just just also die. Makes total sense.
By the way, in case you notice, we currently have $0 donated. That's not actually true. Just some internal problems we have. Keep those donations coming. They're all going towards a good cause.
Wait, we have internal problems?
As it seems.
Oh, I didn't know. So yeah, some nice view over the area. We will play most of the game here. You see this big ass bridge, and of course, what's on the other side of the bridge? The even bigger Venice. Nice. It's actually quite nice. So I'll try to glitch the next cutscene a little bit. I got it. So I just activated the shadow path as I was about to get into the cutscene. What's nice there is, I didn't mention it, but the shadow path has another thing besides making us invisible. In the shadow path, everything besides Scarlet moves slower. So I don't know why the developers implemented that. I guess so, just to make a little bit show off, or kinda to put some effects in there. And everything besides Scarlet is moving slower. So it was just nice to see Scarlet floating out of the way when the rocks come. And then they are much faster there. But it actually has an impact on the speedrun. The cutscene itself doesn't play any faster, just the objects in the cutscene move slower. So the cutscene has the same length, so it doesn't impact the speedrun if I glitch the cutscene itself. But there's another thing in the run which we soon will get to. And I normally do this in the cutscene to show off to this mechanic about everything moving slower, because we can actually use this mechanic that everything moves slower later in the run. So yeah, the road to the big bridge is obviously blocked right now because of these big rocks that one of the assassins threw at us. So we just have to get into this tavern here, and of course it was an ambush. So yeah, sometimes they can glitch here as well. I hate it when they just block the stairs here, because I actually need to get up here because I want to get this guy only normally. And I needed to kill all of them right now. So let's drive him back to the entrance of this platform. I hope I don't die, okay. So I just want the key that this guy has. Okay, because here's the key to this room. So, and now let's get going. And yeah, the owner of the tavern says, "Oh yeah, you want to head to Venice? So why don't you take the bridge? Oh yeah, the road is blocked." So I will. So he will just open the back door, and there's a fisherman who's who has a boat at the bay at the bottom of the tavern. And now we just will need some training in physical skills. You might have noticed that there are some attack chains, and I just trained some further advancements on the attack chains. I can't talk even. So same as before, I will just do a quick save warp, as I call it. Just warp on the same map by getting to the default position, which is slightly out of bounds this time, but generally that's a faster way to get down to the bay. We're just below the tavern now, and this is faster than just walking down all the stairs. So I actually can't talk to the fisherman right now because the assassins there demolished the paddles for the boat. So he has a boat, but he doesn't have any paddles. Is that the correct English term?
Paddles, yes, that's right.
Okay. I just wasn't sure. So, and just because I can, I will try to glitch this cutscene as well because it just looks so cool. Everything besides Scarlet will move faster. I hope I get it. I really hope I get it. Didn't get it. Ah, damn it.
Do it again.
I won't do it again. Because when I load, if I made a save file there, and if I did a load, the cooldown from the shadow path would go to the wouldn't disappear by loading the save file. And yeah, if you glitch this cutscene, you basically see Scarlet floating in front of the boat, which is just hilarious. Because the boat gets slowed down and Scarlet does not get slowed down. It's so nice. Yeah, sad that I couldn't show this. I think I actually got it, but I got out of the shadow path before the dialogue triggered. Okay, so now we're at the old Watergate tunnels, and this is not only an entrance to Venice, it is also the headquarters of all these assassins that previously attacked us, which isn't that nice. So we just need to kill this one. I don't want to kill the other guy, because if I kill both of them, I will trigger a cutscene, which is about 20 seconds long. I did get him. Marathon luck.
2 for 1.
I don't want to get this cutscene normally, because I just need the hammer from the guy who had the hammer. Because the hammer can break these doors. And now, the next thing might be one of the hardest tricks in the game. So, I mentioned previously that it's possible to make everything move slower by entering the shadow path. And we will get into a cave there, and when we get out of the cave, there will be a a falling gate. A gate will fall right in front of us. And I can slow this gate down by entering the shadow path, and I can move through the gate before the hitbox of the gate gets activated. It's actually very, very, very difficult to get the right timing. I will try it once. If I don't get it, I might have lost about 50 seconds. So let's see. Well, that wasn't it. I slowed it down, but it wasn't early enough. So I have to enter this Nexus portal, get into a secret chamber, and this secret chamber has 2 exits, and the second exit is just behind the the falling gate. It's a little bit sad. And I now have to wait for the cooldown of the shadow path.
Do we have time for a quick donation?
Of course.
We have $1 from Boro Bongo saying, I don't have a lot of money, but this is a good cause. I can't wait for the Prince of Persia block. Good luck on the whole ESA, and may the sleep be with you. This is going for the Tomb Raider glitch exhibition. Sorry. Thanks a lot.
Thanks. So yeah, now it gets nice, because now we get the first boss. They normally don't do that. They normally follow me up. Follow me into the middle of the room, which I want. Okay, we got the first one. This is actually the room for of the first boss, because yeah, the Undead Lord didn't just make himself undead, but he also made 4 other companions undead, and we have to fight all 5 undead people. And yeah. So let's go. Epic boss time.
Bum, bum, bum.
Pum, pum, pum. Epic entrance. More epic than WWE entrances. Did he say something? Not really.
I KO'd out of nowhere.
I could take this discussion to a whole different level, but no, not right now. Because that would involve stuff in Venetica that actually isn't in the run anymore. So yeah, the first thing we need to do is make sure that we're on the same level as the leader of the assassins, which is the first undead person. And this sucks, always. So yeah, we can't reach the leader currently, so we have to hammer down all the poles to make this whole construction fall down. And I get it. That's marathon luck. This is total marathon luck, guys. I just get it again.
Shoutouts to Marathon Luck.
Yeah. It can randomly just crash there. I don't know why it happens. It just happens. Luckily enough, I get an autosave right at the start of the fight. And the thing is, I didn't mention that it can crash there, because it didn't happen for me in, I think, like half a year. It didn't crash there. It crashed again. Woo! So let's try it one more time. If this doesn't work, I will just load a save file which is after this boss. I have one. Shoutouts to Marathon Luck, I guess.
Definitely.
It's okay. Let's see. Let's do the fixed strats. I don't know why, but this was the thing that always fixed it. I just... well, there's a leveling system, obviously, in this game, and I just put some attribute points, which we get by level up, into strength, because we need to do it anyways, but somehow that was the thing that, like, always fixed the stuff. Let's see whether or not. It doesn't want to. Okay.
It's not a fix.
It's not a fix, actually.
We have a donation that's quite fitting for the situation.
Go for it.
All right. It's a $5 anonymous donation saying, Dankeschön, wir sind die Cantina-Band. Wenn ihr irgendwelche Songwünsche habt, ruft sie einfach. Okay, den gleichen Song nochmal, dann los.
Okay, I will try one more time, because the fight is rather long, normally. And, well, we have time. If this crashes again. So, this boss is the one that really can kill runs. Not only because he does that, but he also is... The boss is also very, very, very RNG heavy in the last phase. Now it works! It worked, finally! Is it dead? Thank you, thank you. Well, shoutouts to the game, working as it should.
Shout out to Cantina Band.
Yeah, shoutouts to Cantina Band, that was the thing that helped there.
Cantina Band fix everything.
Okay, so... Yeah. Damn it. So yeah, but that obviously wasn't even the final form, and now we get to the really RNG heavy stuff. If the boss really screws me, I now lose 2 other minutes.
I guess let's crash the game again. It's faster.
It's... yeah, crashing the game would be faster, actually, because there are hundreds of ways to just crash this game. As I said, the QA wasn't very good, but the game isn't bad. It's just rather glitch heavy, and sometimes you really have to search for the skills, for the glitches. So let's see. Okay. So we have 5 of these tentacles at this boss, and we need to cut each of these 5. And either the boss can be nice and just roll this tentacle up so I can hit it, or it starts hitting me with a tentacle, which looks like this, and that was nice. So the highest number of hits with a tentacle was, I guess, 23. In one single round, the boss hit me 23 times with a tentacle, which is just a riot when you're standing there and give me... He does it again. Ah, that's bad. That's bad. Okay, that's not really nice. I normally want to switch the tentacle because it kinda has a cooldown after it did one action. And yeah. It's just faster to switch than to wait. But I now have to wait because they are on the opposite direction, and we just saw what will happen if you do it wrong. So yeah, give it to me.
Mr. Tiger, chat is suggesting that you should make a video just like Strider07, what crashes Venetica, instead of Paper Mario.
I could do that. I could do that. You can simply crash this game by just mashing the click button when you're entering a building through a door.
What?
Yes, because before the screen fades out to black, Scarlet gets released. So she can do another action. And if you then, in this small frame, if you click again, she will try to enter the store again. But the game gets confused on what it should done there, because it already entered the door and wants to fade out. But now Scarlet should enter the door again now. And the game doesn't get it now, and then just crashes. I lost around 2 or 3 runs just because of mashing by going in buildings. So yeah, we got the boss down, finally. 3 minutes lost.
Congrats.
Thanks. So yeah, but that's the first of the 5 undead enemies. Spoiler alert, we will only have... Well, there are 5 undead enemies in 4 boss fights, and we will only do 3 of the boss fights. As I said, the game is a little bit broken.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit. You can warp through the maps, like saving and loading. Hello? That's just a little bit broken.
Yeah, you can game crash by entering doors or just doing boss fights, so it's...
I won't do it, by the way. I won't show the crash.
Aww. Maybe there's a donation for it?
There's so much stuff that can be shown. I thought about offering a glitch exhibition for the game, but
A crash exhibition.
since we no, not even a crash exhibition. There are also glitches that are pretty nice. But the thing is, we are already behind the schedule, so I guess we can't do that. Sadly. But it has nice camera scenes, I guess. On the big screen it comes very nice. We have a big screen right there for the audience in the back.
You know what would be even nicer?
What?
If you eat a banana live on stream, because that's what it says in this German donation right here for €5.
Oh wow.
Please, Tiger, eat your banana. And then we have a second donation for $2 saying, give this man a banana. And I guess, here's your banana.
Damn it. Later.
All right.
We have a longer cutscene later.
Also, both donations were anonymous. I thought you kind of knew already.
I figured it out because there was another donation at the DKC Iron who also said, give this man a banana.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the guy here in front of the portal statue is very relevant to the story, but we will cut almost everything out of the speedrun where he's involved. So he just randomly appears and no one knows why. So yeah, he just wrecked the second portal statue. Damn you, son. And here comes the really nice thing, how nice the setting is implemented into the world, or into the story. Because you know, normally in RPGs you have it like, oh yeah, here you have this book, and just read it, and yeah, then you have a skill like lockpicking or some kind of pickpocketing. You can just do that. Nice. You learned it by reading a book. Okay.
Didn't we watch this cutscene before?
We actually did. Oh. Not. Because there are 6 different cutscenes which all happen to be the same. But
wow.
We just have to watch this. Well, if I would show the dialogue, it would be a different dialogue there. So it's a different cutscene, but the cutscene elements besides the dialogue are the same.
Well, I don't mind that these 2 lovely characters are holding hands each time. That's okay.
There are 4 more times where you can see it.
Okay. Just asking.
Yeah. So, as I said, normally in an RPG you learn a skill by just reading a book, and actually Scarlet never learns to lockpicks to open locks. There are these dead guys who just show her how to open this lock, which is pretty nice implemented because she now got the skill to see actually dead people. she now can, when she concentrates, she just can see dead people. And because these two guys who can open locks, because these two died, they, well, are now dead and Scarlet can see them, so these dead people can show her how to open them. So yeah, just a quick map warp here. Because I want to get some distance. I was pretty much over there, this big building in the back, and I just warped to here. That's a little bit faster. So now we get into this guild. There are 3 guilds in the game, and we need to get member of 1 guild. We won't get member here, because 2 of the 3 guilds need a series of quests to get member. The 3rd one doesn't need that, so we get the 3rd guild. But here we can actually train some more physics skills, and that will we do because then we will have all the physical skills that we need throughout the run. So we just need some training. Learn some more skills. Let's see, the spear. And that's it. We don't need more. So, and now it can get a little bit interesting, because besides the quick save, there's another thing really broken in this game. And this other broken thing are ladders. Yeah, not just normal plain ladders. They're the things you can climb on.
This looks so hilarious when you glitch on the ladders.
Yeah, I will see. Let's see if I can get the first glitch, just to get the ladder down. Because we can jump in this game, we cannot jump just down. So let's see whether or not we can do this. We didn't do this. It isn't efficient to try it a second time, so I just climbed down this ladder. I normally could fall off this ladder when I did this glitch right. So let's see. That's right. So what happened here? Just before I explain what happened there, this is another guild master, the lady here, and we will join her guild because that's the fastest to join, and her guild is in the inner district, which makes the way shorter later, and we don't need quests and yada yada yada. It's the fastest one. That's wrong. That's the right one, and we just want to join our guild. Thank you. So, and now we just walked through the closed gate. What happened there? Well, there is a kind of weird trigger at ladders. Somehow the developers wanted to remove the possibility that Scarlet weirdly glitches at ladders, so they put her, whenever Scarlet gets to a ladder, she gets into a state where she can, how do I describe it the best? She can reach everything in the bounds that she can move in, and she won't collide with anything. And so Scarlet doesn't collide with the ladder when she's climbing. But what I did, I rolled through the ladder, or to the ladder, and I put her in this state without the game noticing that Scarlet is actually climbing the ladder. So the game fails to put her in this climbing stance, but it actually puts her in this no clipping mode, which is pretty neat, because now we are fixed to our height, and we can move through just everything which is the same height as us. And we can walk over there, and it even, yeah, we can reach just everything which is the same height as us, because if we wanted to get up the stairs, we just move through them. And yeah, to just turn this glitch off, we just get to a ladder and get away from this ladder, and it's fixed. It's pretty nice, because now we can just do a lot with ladders. We just can walk in the air. That's so nice.
So time for a quick donation, or is there something coming up?
Just a short note that now we are heading to the next portal statue. There's a big cathedral in this district, and you can only enter it via the catacombs, and because it's a ruin of the cathedral. And yeah, we're just heading to it, so yeah, go for the donation.
All right. It's a $10 anonymous donation saying, "Greetings from not Germany." In parentheses, Bavaria. Long-time donator, first-time viewer. It is not much, but I hope it helps to do something good. Thank you a lot, Anonymous, for the $10.
Yeah, thank you.
Also, we are currently at $253, and the donation tracker is back. So now's a good time to get your donations in.
Nice.
Keep them coming.
Actually, I was wondering why no one yet made the joke about greetings to Germany.
Yeah, that would be appropriate, actually.
Maybe someday we can get greetings from Germany.
That was a greetings from Germany. So yeah, another cutscene, and you see the ruin of the big cathedral. And you can't open the gates of the cathedral normally, so you have to go through the catacombs. And yeah, obviously there are a lot of demons in here, and we don't not only want the portal statue here, because as I said, we need to get all the portal statues because we need to get all the skills we get from the portal statues. So yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, by now we already skipped about 15 minutes of gameplay from the main story, just by walking through the closed gate. So yeah, we just need to collect all the parts of this broken portal statue. We already collected 2, there's one more part there. The glowing dot marks it very well. So we got it here. Again, I'm just holding the control key to quick loot everything. Yeah, you can quick loot. So the looting animation doesn't get shown. Pretty neat for a speedrunner. Actually, there's a glitch going on because there's one object I did quick loot in the hut of the dead blacksmith. There was one object which would trigger, when I pick it up, I would trigger one short monologue of Scarlet. And since I did quick loot it, the next item I would pick up by not quick looting would trigger this dialogue. And I didn't do that yet. So yeah, again, we had the same cutscene. Just casually.
Oh yeah, I'm noticing.
Yeah. And the ones that really paid attention here may have noticed that there wasn't a dialogue option in between this dialogue. The other 2 cutscenes had it.
So it's the same but different.
Yeah, it's the same but different. The nice thing there was you have the options between fight and insult and then fight. I normally go for insulting first. I don't know why I missed it there.
Just because of schedule?
Well, it's both only one dialogue frame, so if I click once I skip the complete dialogue, it's just a different dialogue frame. Oh yeah, we died. Sorry. Game over. Not yet. Yeah. So yeah, now we're in the shadow path, and so I just wanted to kill one of these skeletons because they have a pretty powerful sword, and the sword is mainly an item that makes another fight easier. You don't need the sword necessarily, but I always like to pick it up. And again, we do a map warp from the back of the catacombs to right the start where we entered. So yeah, and now we have a problem because, as I said, you can reach everything with a ladder, which is the same height as you. But the loading zone for the next district of Venice is a little bit higher than the normal layer. And so we have a slight problem because we need to set up the next glitch a little bit differently. And we just walk through the air. Because now we have a little bit more height. And if I didn't do that, if I just did the ladder glitch as I did it in the outer district before, I would walk below the loading zone. And now we just can make it into the loading zone. So yeah, there are 3 possibles to cancel this glitch. One is by getting to a ladder. The second is by entering a house through a door. And the third one is triggering a cutscene which directly involves Scarlet's movement. And yeah, conveniently, this cutscene here directly involves Scarlet's movement, and we don't want to have the glitch on after this cutscene. So that's really nice because the game automatically deactivates the no clipping mode for us. So yeah, we're in the Arsenal district. And he threatens us, and we just tell him to get away. And yeah, of course he tries to kill us, but we can die.
Not today.
Not today, sucker. We can be so mean in a speedrun of this game.
Maybe you should have just paid him.
Sadly, I don't have 2,000 gold there.
Farm it?
As if I would farm for gold in a speedrun? Are you kidding me?
Maybe.
Definitely yes.
I kidding never.
So yeah, just to show how much gold we have, we get to buy a shovel. I will need it later in the run, and it's just the best way to get it now. So yeah, here in the Arsenal district we have a problem. We normally don't want to fight that much, but here we have to fight because later we have to get an NPC walking through this whole district. And the problem with this NPC is that he will attack every enemy that is in his way. So we want to clear the way that this NPC just doesn't get stuck on enemies. That was good. That was really good. That was almost perfect. I could have done it without a death. I take it. But actually I want one of these guys dead because they have a spear, which I can loot, which I can quick loot. And the spear is the most powerful weapon because it has by far the greatest range in the game. So with the spear we can do quite a lot. Funny enough, in my first casual playthrough of this game I didn't use the spear at all. And it's just, in the speedrun it's a very good weapon. You can do almost everything with a spear alone. So yeah, just killing some enemies because yeah, we need to get rid of them. Okay, I think I didn't get him. What? As I said, the spear has the biggest range in the game. Totally should have got him.
Be a man, stab it in the back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's nice. This guy is really nice. The guard here, well, the guy wants to get into this house and the guy says, "Get out of the way." And then he moves there and the guard says, that's not out of the way, and he moves slowly. It's just some kind of small trolley thing. So yeah, this guy wants to get some magic scrolls out of the big cathedral in the other district, which, funny enough, we already collected. I didn't mention it, but yeah, now I can say it. And yeah, in this small chapel, we have, you might see it, another portal statue over there, alongside two enemies, so you might know what is coming now. So let me just get these two, because these are important for the actual story of the game. The thing is, right now we are in a state where we already skipped one boss fight and about 1 hour of straightforward story gameplay. And right now we cannot skip any more of the story, so we have to stick to the story right now for so that we can achieve the items to get into the last section of the game. So I have to get some enemies down and then get there and there and there and there and there, and from A to B to B to C.
From C to A to Z.
Yeah, exactly that. And yeah, I just have to follow the story now, which I will do in an optimized way, of course. But I just have to follow it. So yeah, one more portal statue.
Oh, look, they're holding hands again. How cute.
Ah, so cute.
This is what you get when you murder someone.
Yeah.
We're gonna see this again? This cutscene?
2 more times?
2 more times, okay.
Get hyped?
Maybe.
Would you two guys, Vesa and Mr. Tiger, would hold hands as well? For some donations, maybe? Possibly?
No, you won't get me to that. I'm sorry.
I thought you loved me.
Well, this is awkward.
Es fühlt sich hier so leer an.
The German text is so fitting right there.
It was maybe a very bad idea to have this guy on the couch again.
This was your choice, not mine. Don't blame me.
I asked 3 guys, and out of these 3, you were the only one who came.
Yeah, maybe this is your fault, not mine.
Okay.
Trust me, we'll have serious talk after your run.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, I just made another save file, another quick save, because I will do another normal save in this secret chamber here. And then I will pretty soon show why I am doing these save files in the secret chamber, because I made one earlier in the game, very early, and I just will load not this one, but this one. Okay, so I'm just out again, and I've made now 2 save files in secret chambers. You might figure out what I want to do there, because I'm doing it similarly the whole time. So I now killed these guys, and somehow the developers forgot the hitbox there in the corner, so I can just walk off this platform. You normally shouldn't be able to just walk down there. And
Lazy developers.
you also shouldn't be able to do this.
What the hell?
So yeah, if you walk alongside a wall in a kinda precise angle, you can walk up this wall. And at this particular point it was helpful in the speedrun because walking is actually a little bit faster than swimming. And I didn't want to swim through the river there, so I just walked alongside this wall. It works.
I guess Tony Hawk's called it wall ride.
Yeah. Just I actually never thought about making a connection to Tony Hawk there.
You know I'm crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm now in the shadow path because I want to talk to this one. Who are you? Just talk ahead, talk ahead, talk ahead. You don't hear anything. And I made it the correct way. I just got out of the... I really survived that? Come on, kill me. Normally I used to want to not get killed there. Now I want to get killed there and now he doesn't kill me anymore. That's so bad. So I saved again and now I will load this save file. Where are you? The secret chamber that I made in the Arsenal district. Secret chamber save file. And now I will do the same as a map warp. So I will go to the Nexus portal and load the save file. The difference is that I'm now using a Nexus portal from a secret chamber. And what this does is it sets me actually with all the inventory and stuff and quest progression that I have through this actual portal. So I just exited the secret chamber here without being actually in there. Which is kinda crazy, but yeah, I made the save file so I can now from anywhere I want teleport to this exact location. Which is pretty neat because this exact location you can do very, very, very much in this with this location. So we talked to her, and since we skipped some dialogues there, I could actually decide what not Scarlet is saying, so, but what the other woman was saying somehow, because we just skipped a lot, and there were two options what the other woman could say, and then the game just lets me decide what to say, which is pretty nice. So we walked down here because the woman gave us a ladder which lets us in here, and we need to talk to this guy. He's kind of the leader of the whole district. The Arsenal district is a district of the outlaws, more or less, and the I don't know the English word for it. The monarch of the of Venice in this game. He kind of made a deal, so he will throw every criminal into this district, and the people in this district can do their own laws as they want, as long as they produce warships for them. So this is the big shipyard.
Problem solved?
So, yeah, problem solved. Pretty neat. What I now did is another map warp. The map warp pointer just happens to be right here at the bottom. So we have in this district, where we have always to go up and down quite a lot, I have this this map pointer at the bottom, and I have the secret chamber warp point at the top, so I can just warp between top and bottom. And since we quite take some time here in this district, it's very, very useful to just warp between top and bottom. So yeah, the leader of the district wants us to kill these guys, but we actually work together I now said that we will work together, and I will do another map warp, not map warp, secret chamber warp. Yes, I will. I want to load this. So get me in there and load the save file. And boom! I actually didn't split. That's nice. I thought I hit it. That would have been...
So, run is over. GG. New world record.
Yeah, almost. Wow, these guys are trolling. They were really trolling there. I don't want to get to this guy, I want to get into his house, actually. So yeah, again, lockpicking the slightly different way. So it was blue, green, yellow, yellow, right? I almost forgot this. I don't know how. I did it so many times and it's not RNG.
If you would be paying attention, you would have seen what they're showing.
Like if I pay attention each time I see this.
Maybe in a speedrun it would be better. Or at least at a marathon.
Maybe. In case it changes somehow. No, it doesn't change.
Sadly.
So yeah, another secret chamber warp. It's just to get out there faster. So I now have to get over this bridge, and these kind of giant bats are quite annoying. So I somehow need to dodge them. So let's see whether I can make it. So which one is coming down? This one? Okay, I got it. So yeah. Now I'm in the old chimney. And I have to talk to... I forgot it. I forgot this cutscene. I kinda always forgot it. So now let's wait a bit. I have to wait because I can't talk to the skeleton like this. I have to wait for the shadow path because I have to speak in the shadow path with him.
Maybe it's banana time?
No, not now.
I just wanted to make sure you don't forget it.
I won't forget it. Yeah, danke. Please go ahead, please go ahead. You actually have to tap please go ahead twice. There is these little trolly things in the run. So yeah, this man, there's a really powerful magic book that the Undead Lord wants to have, and this man had the task to destroy this book. And I now want to do a map warp again. Because, well, he didn't manage to destroy it, he just hid it in a mansion further away. So we need to get to the gondoliers. And we have to... That's a quick travel option, actually. So the game has also a quick travel system. But we can't use it very much because normally it would unlock after you beat the second boss. But we never beat the second boss. But since we are in a district that only is available when we have beat the second boss, we can quick travel there. But we can't quick travel to other districts where, yeah, the second boss, where you are before you beat the second boss, yeah. Okay, so we need to loot this one, so we get the keys. So, and yeah, we bought a shovel earlier, so we need that now. Just equip it. Because, yeah, we somehow need to dig for the book. And a shovel fits that very well. So now we got it. Now... Okay, now I managed to save actually. Because, again, I don't want to walk too much. And I need to get back to the old chimney anyway, so... let's just teleport there. Okay. So again, we have these giant bats here. And now get into the old chimney. It's a big chimney, a pretty big chimney. So yeah, and we now have to burn the book. Since it's a magical book, obviously we can't do it just with a candle or a torch. We need pretty much heat for this. And I somehow messed it up. Oh wow.
So summon the devil and he will take care of it.
So let's see. I won't summon a devil, actually.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, a little bit. But this one is cooler. I mean, we got this big ass chimney here. And just whoosh. So, and because that's a very powerful magic book, now the stuff gets a little bit crazy. Because somehow the dead man here got resurrected, and since he was schizophrenic about the book anyways, he now is in complete anger that we burned it. And he just wants to kill us.
This game is pretty brutal. It feels like every cutscene someone dies.
Yeah, but on the other hand, you know that the death in this game has a total different meaning, you know? So even if they die, it's not over.
We can hunt them in the shadow world to get them twice.
Yep, actually we can. So right now we can save again, hopefully. Yes, that's good. So let's just get up there.
We have a $20 donation from Moonstriker saying, "Hey guys, a little donation, and I want to say greetings to my boys, Mr. Tiger, Weserwurst, Wednesday, DJF Paul. We will see us on Sunday, or maybe, if I have nothing to do, today/tomorrow. I choose retro soundtrack for Call."
Okay.
Thanks a lot for the $20.
Thanks, Moon.
Thanks, man. Looking forward to see you. And there is the banana.
Yeah, actually this cutscene is pretty long because that's actually long enough that I can go to the toilet normally. Not here, I guess.
You have to look into the camera. This will be more...
No.
Get more feelings involved.
How do you like the banana?
Is it good? It's good, yeah.
Do you want another one?
I didn't finish this one,
Oh, okay.
sadly.
Eat faster. You a speedrunner?
Yeah, I have to make a pee in banana eating.
Would be a nice incentive. Okay, maybe if you didn't hear it, the guys in the background said it's then a banana split.
Yeah. And he's totally right.
Yes. I'm sorry.
Oh wow. So yeah, in this cutscene, Scarlet got poisoned. Not nice. Actually, she got poisoned by the third boss. And now we do what everyone does when he gets poisoned. We get to the doctor, and we just ask him. So then, since the poison is one magical poison, and it's from the African-like people that were there on the bridge, he can do something, but he doesn't know what to do. I actually also don't know what to do because I actually can teleport up there. And yeah, so he has a book about African poisons, but he can't read it because he doesn't understand the language. So we need someone. We need to bring some African guy there, so that he can translate the book. And this African guy is like nuts. Bringing him down there. There's a very optimized way to do that, and I will try it. I hopefully will get it. So it's this guy over there in the shadows. So yeah, you have to come with me. Yeah, of course I will protect you. Sure.
I will protect you. Exact door closed behind us.
Yeah, of course. And now it even gets better, because now he starts moving. And what I will do now, there will spawn some enemies on the way down, but they don't spawn. But it doesn't matter where the African guy is when they spawn. It does matter where Scarlet is. So Scarlet is the trigger for the spawn. So I will move in a way that these enemies never spawn. Actually, I need a different weapon there. Okay, that's one. Good. Actually, I want to have the spear because you can't block the spear with a sword. That's nice for us, because they all have swords and they can't block us now. Okay. And there are 2 more bandits here. And hopefully I will kill them before the African guy gets around. Okay, he's already here. If I got to this platform right over us, to this one, before... if I get to this platform from the other side, that will spawn some enemies. So I moved in a way that these enemies don't spawn. And actually, when I get... I will just try it. I will try it some more times. When I get out of this tunnel here, there will spawn some more enemies right at the bottom of the stairs there, down there. And what I want to do is some kind of the wall walk you saw before. Doesn't really want to. I want to do some kind of this wall walk. Let's see whether I can do it. So I walk over the fence. That's nice. That's exactly what I wanted. Because the enemies right at this location will spawn when Scarlet gets out of this tunnel. But now Scarlet never got out of this tunnel, so these enemies here never spawn, actually. And somehow the African guy just got stuck there. Yes, also that can happen. So now we have to deal with them, I guess. No, we have to. We don't have to. That was luck.
Just skill, not luck.
Yeah, but it's still not over yet. Because there are these bandits on the other side of the river, and if they trigger the African guy, it can get really dirty. Okay, we're fine. What can happen there? It happened to me twice. That the African guy pulls his weapons and walks to the other side of the river, and then starts fighting these enemies down at the river. The problem is NPCs cannot swim. So if the African guy falls into the water, he can't move anymore. So the game just soft locks.
Nice.
It happened twice to me. It's so annoying. So right now we have to get back to our guild, which happens to be right there, which is nice for us. And yeah, because now the story says that Scarlet's half-brother, we saw him at the very beginning of the run. That was actually bad. I need to talk to her, and now I have to wait again. I need to get to this through this Nexus portal. And again, I can't load quick saves because the cooldown keeps the way it is when I get through a quick save or through a normal save. When I load the game, the cooldown just stays as it is before I load it. So yeah, now we talk to them again. Oh yeah, we're still poisoned, but the doctor actually could weaken the poison so that we don't get drained life. So we actually don't lose life anymore over time. That's good. But we're still considered poisoned until we beat the next boss. So yeah, now Scarlet's half-brother, we saw him at the very beginning of the game. He's also a member of this guild. And yeah, he got missing and we now have to search for him. He was last seen at the harbor, which is behind the Arsenal district, so we have to get back into the Arsenal district. Still the gates are closed, so we have to just do this stuff again. Oh, by the way, I mentioned it at the beginning, before the run began. I'm the only speedrunner currently for this game. So every glitch, besides the glitches with the ladder, because this one got found by other people, but every other glitch got found by myself. Just a little side note. So yeah, now when we enter the Arsenal district, there is no cutscene anymore, which causes the no-clip state to drop, so we can just walk literally through the town. So now we can just walk here over to the harbor. And since we have a cutscene there in the harbor, but this cutscene does not even affect Scarlet's movement directly. Yeah, we still have the glitch going on when this cutscene ends, and since we have a cutscene, I maybe could.
Enjoy your banana.
I will.
Kappa Pride.
I'm missing the feelings when we eat it.
By the way, really epic cutscene. The problem is, I could need a napkin there, or some kinda. It's not nice to have banana at your fingers when you get back to the to the keyboard and mouse. So yeah, as I said, the glitch is still going on. So just, yeah, I know, bad puns. I'm just walking through Venice. You can slap me for that after the run.
I can do it now if you want.
I'm kind of busy right now, actually.
You're walking through walls. I mean, seriously.
I also think that's against Twitch TOS, so let's not do that. Abuse on stream. Let's not.
Might be. Might be.
It's not abuse, it's showing of love.
Actually, scratch the idea. So yeah, we have to get to this warehouse here, and yeah, there is Scarlet's half-brother. And yeah, we can't...
Scarlet, du kannst sie nicht besiegen. Es ist das Gift. Hol Hilfe.
The guys who understand German now know what to do. He actually said...
Get help.
Get help because Scarlet herself cannot... yeah.
Beat the guys because she's poisoned.
Genau, exactly.
You're welcome.
So... That's nice because right now we have a ferryman right in front of the warehouse, which brings us back to the guild. And when we call for help here in the guild, we immediately get transported back to the harbor, which is pretty nice for a speedrun. Because when we have to do it anyways, it's better to do it fast. No, the cutscene is too short.
Don't stress yourself.
So, we now could kill these guys, but I'm not really like fighting in a speedrun. Come on, who wants to fight?
Can we just talk? No one wants to fight.
It just looks so troll.
Walk around in circles. Pun indeed intended.
And now there's hopefully... Oh, wow. It didn't happen in ages. On the right side there's a cage. And there's Scarlet's half-brother, Leon. And normally, in like 90% of the runs, he gets glitched, so he doesn't know that he's actually trapped in the cage. So he pulls out his weapon, walks straightly through the walls of the cage and helps us in the fight. Just to, when we open the door, walk straight back into the cage before the door gets opened.
Maybe nobody noticed?
I don't know why, but that's one of the really few glitches that can actually happen in a casual run. And it's just hilarious how he walks out of the cage casually to help us. I went a bit too far there. It's not good. So we have the princess here. She's the one who poisoned us. So we want to get her, but she doesn't want to get caught. Somehow. So, just as we're about it, she runs away. Damn it. So now we have some time for bananas. Oh yeah, our screen says that it will shut down soon.
I'm still waiting for some more donation, guys, so let's get these in and I'll read them out.
Yeah, I would be happy, because yeah, you can talk a lot in this speedrun, but you can also fill with donation reading. It works both. So right now we want to get to a ship because we have to follow the princess now, and she was heading on a ship to Africa, which is sad because we still need to beat her. We still need to beat this the princess. And yeah. So in order to follow her, we need to talk to this guy. Let him talk, let him talk, let him talk, and then ask him about a trip to Africa. And in the cutscene you see that we really don't need that much time to get a ship to set sail to Africa, because we're literally right behind them. Logic.
Banana hype.
Yay, banana hype. We are just speedrunners, so we are fast.
So I finished my banana finally.
Time for a second one.
Nah, not now. I don't have enough cutscenes in this run anymore.
But we have enough bananas.
That might be. So now I do another map warp. This map warp is just to skip a cutscene, because when I get off this boat, wait. Oh, nice. So we implemented a little bit more strange logic in this game, in this run now. Because normally when you get off the boat, you would see a cutscene where the ship explodes, because some enemies sneak on the ship and set the black powder on fire which is on it. So you normally would see the ship explode there, and so you're normally trapped in Africa. Which is pretty nice, because now we're technically not trapped, because the ship is still there. Nice. So yeah, Africa is a really, really big walkathon. Because there are in total 4 caves in Africa. And in 3 of the caves there is each one stone fragment. And these are the parts of the broken portal statue. And in 3 of the 4 caves there are fragments, and in the 4th there is the portal statue itself. So we have to walk through this whole area to get all 4 caves. And yeah, to activate the portal statue, because we need all portal statues, and in particular we need this portal statue, so that we can trigger the next boss fight, which we also need to get into the last area of the game. So that's why we have just fun jogging around Africa. Just do some casual jogging.
This is your daily workout?
Yeah, daily workout.
Maybe we should work together with Matze, so you can do first his workout and then yours.
Honestly, I didn't quite catch up how his workout looks like. Was it the run itself?
Yeah, it was the run itself. Yeah, more or less, he had both Wiimotes and had to shake him like...
Well, normally I have DKCR for this.
Trust me, this was way more shaking.
He doesn't have any V-Motion Plus inside, right?
It could be.
So, we got the second one. 2 more caves to go.
I like how she sounds like she wears a big plate armor.
Nah, not really.
A bit.
It's the sound of footsteps.
My footsteps doesn't sound that like.
If you're walking on sand.
Not even then.
You really want to discuss that right now? That's fucking video game logic. Oh, I'm sorry. That's video game logic. Nothing more, nothing less.
You are coming up all the time with video game logic.
Of course. I mean, you're complaining about the sound of the footsteps that the Daughter of Death himself makes. Are you kidding me?
I have to start somewhere. Maybe the weight of her burden is so heavy on her shoulders. So this is the sound that makes it.
Now I need some Weser logic. You're complaining about it and then you're searching for the answer yourself.
Why not?
I don't know. So yeah, we got the portal statue. It's the 5th one. Yay!
Hugging again. Woo! Feel the love. The love of the murdered one.
It almost looks better on this screen, actually.
So there's one more of these cutscenes.
Yeah, one more after that.
Are you sure you're not gonna do hand holding for some donations?
I'm pretty sure.
You're pretty sure? Oh, alright. Well, it's worth a try.
I can try to hug him.
Would that be okay, Mr. Tiger?
There's nothing you can
that
do
seemed like
about
a no.
it.
That seemed like a no.
I have to mash. I can't give an answer right now.
This is so intense, the button matching.
Oh, there it is. Kappa Pride.
The worst part is he couldn't even do something against it.
Just let it happen.
I just wanted to press numpad 0 because that's my split button normally when I'm running at home. And I'm normally splitting at each portal statue. So quite late on this one. I should know by now that I don't have this. Okay, so now we do another map warp. F6, F9. Wait, click, F10. So hard. Well, you have to know it. And you have to not get scared about this one. Nice kitty. So let's see. So now we have to get into this tree here. And this tree has 5 or 6 entrances. And the funny thing is, as soon as you enter this tree, a cutscene starts and Scarlet gets set to a position. And then normally in a casual playthrough you would fight these guys that appear here. And the princess again runs away, like she ever does. And the funny thing is that you get put to a specific location in the tree as the cutscene starts. And you get put to exactly this entrance. You have to exit when you want to chase the princess. You always get put there. It's quite interesting because normally if you would fight these guys normally, you wouldn't notice. But in this case you pretty much notice it. So now I will equip the skill I got. Oh yeah, most of the skills are passive skills, by the way, so that's why I didn't equip them. And I will need this one. So the first skill that we got from the portal statue is smashing curses. And that was the method how we entered this portal. How we could break this magical zone and enter this area. And the other skill I equipped was the blocking skill for the spear. We will need that in the second phase of the boss. So in the first phase we have a lot of totems here. There are 2 types of totems. One, this type of totem which spawns a skeleton, and the other type of totems, which we actually care about, is this one. And we need to destroy 4 of these totems in order to finish this part of the boss fight. And there's always 1 totem for skeletons and 1 totem for yeah, one princess totem. So yeah, 2 more totems to go. So yeah, I should note about the next phase of the fight, because the explanation for that is a little bit longer. So the second class totem here. In the next phase of the fight, you're normally... That's the only fight in the Shadow world where you can actually switch the weapons, because you're supposed to kill this boss with a spear type weapon. And normally you're supposed to start off this fight and get a spear as a... and then someone, the boss will, well, land on you, and you can fight him in close combat, and then he will drop a spear weapon. You can switch to this weapon, and then you can finally kill the boss. But since you need to be able to switch to the spear weapon, you actually can, in a speedrun, switch directly to the spear, which totally sucks, because if you don't know it, you just spend 2 or 3 minutes. So I now can switch from the Moonblade to the spear as I want. And I just need a spear type weapon, because with the blocking skill of the spear, Scarlet will use the shield, and we need the shield to reflect this laser. And that's the way to defeat this boss. And normally you're supposed to just wait for the boss to come down, get the boss. Oh, I'm really dumb. That was bad. So we will see the boss coming down now. So yeah, that's normally... So we hit him once, we hit him twice, and he now will drop this spear weapon that we can pick up. And it's actually better than our current spear. Okay. And now we can go ahead with the lasers. So that's the way how you normally should do it. Well, without hitting the boss once before he comes down. But if you just know that you have to reflect this laser, you can, yeah,
just do it.
You can just change to the spear right away and do it. It completely sucks. So yeah, and now for something really interesting. I didn't think about it for a long time, that you can actually do it. So before I will do it, I will get some safety weapon. I normally don't need to do it, but it saves actually some time in the very late part of the games, in the actual final boss. It saves a lot of time, so I normally go for it. I don't need to do this map warp here, but I want to do this map warp because I want to head back to the giant tree. Because in the giant tree there is a chest, which I now can unlock. And in this chest there is the best spear in the game. It does a lot of damage. And since the enemies in the final area have really many HP, I want to deal more damage there. I don't need to do it technically. I haven't figured out which way is faster, not getting it or getting it and dealing more damage. But this one feels more convenient for me. So this run isn't very optimized. So, and now the thing is, I need to get back to the very start of the game. And you guys know, maybe, still know that I made a save file here. I made a save file at the very beginning of the game, in the secret chamber. And that's the way how I get there. Because I now have all the progress and I am back in the mountain village. Just by warping there. I didn't think about that for a long time. We have to get here because we need one final item to get into the last section of the game. And this final item is obviously a dress. So, and the only person who can make this dress is the aunt of Scarlet, which was the lady there. And yeah, now we can get to the final part of the game, which is just below, not below, it's above the Arsenal district. And yeah.
Do we have time for donations?
Give me a second. I just need to equip the dress and then walk to the palace, which is the final part of the game. So, I should take the right. So that's the look. So yeah, now we have time for donations.
Alright, we have $2 from Das Yorkie saying, I'm donating because Boomer wants me to. Also, it's a shame I wasn't logged in for my previous Cantina donation. So as a challenge, I'm going to give you what Google says in German, tongue twister. Try and say, Hottentotten, Poten, Taten, Tanten, Attentat. It's the best I can do. Sorry if I mess it up. And then we have $10 from Wurstwasser saying, for the show, keep up the good work. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So yeah, we now entered the palace, and the guards only let us in if we have some kind of fine dress there. That's important. That's very important. And to get the dress, you actually need to beat the third boss in the game, and then get back to all the way back to the mountain village, and then back to the Arsenal district. It used to be a 20 minutes walk before I actually thought about just warping there. So now I'm doing a map warp, which is not that far, but there's a cutscene trigger in between these two positions. And I don't want to trigger this cutscene, because cutscenes just take some while. That was wrong. It's okay. I wanted to get into the shadow path, because the enemies then can see us. And you see how much HP the enemies got. I barely deal any damage here with a normal Moonblade, but I need to kill these guys with a Moonblade, since that's the only weapon which actually can kill them. At least the demons. The other ones I could kill with normal weapons. Yeah, running against the shield. That's good. Running against the sign is always a good idea. So yeah.
Be careful, floor's wet.
Almost. So that's one thing. Yeah, we now have to get the status as a trustworthy person here in the palace. And yeah, it's just so that we can move freely in the palace, because the monarch of Venice is one of the undead people, and the undead lord is currently with him in the throne room. So we have to enter the throne room, but we can't move freely in the palace. Yeah. And yeah, we just have to clean out some stuff, and that was bad. Okay, that's okay. So yeah, now we get back out. We just listened to the what's the English name for it? Stadtrat? City?
The guys who are running the city.
The kind of city parliament, I would say. I'm sorry for my English vocabulary. It's not the best. I think you all can notice that I'm not a first language speaker. for English. Well, it should be obviously with the language of the game.
Oh, let me guess, you're Danish.
Right! Almost. A little bit more to the south.
Italian?
In between. So yeah, now the web warp. So yeah, we got the two things we need in order to be a trustworthy person. Well, almost, because we need one more thing. So we need to talk to this guy. And we need to talk to... we need this, and we need this. Okay, so if you think back at the harbor, our guild helped us in order to get some enemies down. The problem is everyone recognized that it was the guild helping us, and now the people here in the palace want the guild to burn. So we have to lead the palace guard to this guild and kill everyone there, which we don't really want to. Well, that's a really nice glitch. The second time you visit the guild, this one happens, and it's the second time we visit it. So now we have the small cutscene here, and that's really nice because now we have the choice whether or not we will actually attack the guild, or whether we want to attack the palace guards and then make it look like we successfully attacked the guild. I chose the latter, so I attacked the palace guard, but before everyone draw their weapons, I talked to the guildmaster again. And so the game thought, because I could talk to her, that I already beat down the palace guard, which I didn't, but the game thought I have done this. And so the NPC gives us the key out of the guild, so we don't have to actually fight the palace guard if we're fast enough in talking to the guild master again. That's pretty nice. So yeah, some more cutscenes here.
So much cutscenes, so less bananas.
It's empty. I'm sorry.
Aww.
So yeah, some more cutscene. And another map warp. Because again we want to go over this cutscene trigger, which is still in front of the palace entrance. And we still want to get over this. So now we can talk to this guy, and then we can move freely in the palace, which is good. So now we can enter the yard, we can enter the upper stairs, which is nice. So the first thing we do is just doing some silly stuff in randomly digging in a corner. Oh, we found something. Nice. And we triggered another cutscene. Yeah, there's an item which we need in order to finally enter the throne room. And we just picked up this item. So, some of you guys might have noticed that I said we have a total of 6 portal statues, and up to now we have had only 5. So you might know what is coming.
One more hug. One more hug.
Good one, good one. How did you know?
Magic.
I'm impressed. Have you seen a run of this game before?
Maybe? To be honest, I can't remind.
So yeah, we have to go to this chest and... Oh look, it's all the parts of a portal statue in there. And then we have a kind of huge dialogue, and I won't give the details on the story there. But the lady here gets Leroy Jenkins mode.
Leroy
Yeah,
Jenkins.
she's lying here on the left side now. For the memes, you actually could implement a sound, Leroy. So another map warp here.
I just didn't want it to shout.
So yeah, we have the parts of a portal statue. Of course, we then want to get to the actual portal statue. So this way, it's very well hidden in this maze. And hugging time! Woohoo! Good that I still had some coke there. I have a
Hugging time!
I knew that was coming.
That was pretty obvious.
Yeah, of course.
You triggered it.
Yeah. He asked whether or not we were in time.
Not overestimate this time.
Not overestimate even.
Woo! Hype.
We're pretty good in time.
So unfair.
I thought I got it. Oh yeah, the dialogue here is far more longer.
What time
So-
do you guess? What you will reach?
Not that easy to say because there are some pretty nasty enemies which we need to kill, and if I do it wrong I can lose 1 minute there, which still wouldn't get me overestimate, but it's just hard to tell because of that on how long I will take. It might be 210. To 212, kind of that.
Maybe to 16.
To 16 not. So
Suddenly random game crash.
I kind of jinxed it again. Damn it!
I called it.
That's good. That's very good. Okay, I did everything correctly.
Ich hab
So let's one more comedy element there. There's this dead, warden of the. There's this dead warden, and he wants to be together in his death with a woman he loved when he was living. And so he asks us to get the skull of the woman, because she also is dead. And then you can hear, actually, these two guys these two dead people talk to each other. It's so hilarious, because the woman doesn't really want to be there. But now she is there, and it's just some comedy there.
And everybody says German has no humor.
Yeah, that's actually it. Well, that's the good thing because, yeah, there actually are the quite popular German point-and-click adventures, and if you think about it, the company that made Venetica, Deck13, this company was in Germany more known for point-and-click adventures before they started something new with Venetica. They tried to get into the action RPG genre with this game. So they adapted kind of this humor, which is quite good for the storytelling though.
My personal favorite is the guy who gets sent away. It get called "It's not far enough."
Yeah,
This is
something
so
like
hilarious.
that. Or the fact that I have to. So there's a former city councillor. Oh yeah, the city council is the name, and there's a former city councillor, and since now the city council is really corrupt and everything, we just get the ghost of the city councillor here, and he just argues over them, and they can't do anything against him because he's
Dead.
he's dead, and he's shouting at them like in a way that's just hilarious and a little bit epic even. So the thing was, in the throne room there weren't only the undead lord and the monarch of the city, but also a whole bunch of necromancers, and we just managed to get the necromancers out of this of the throne room by starting a revolution. We just started a revolution against the monarch of Venice, and yeah, that's how we get into the throne room without having that much trouble.
Viva la revolución!
Yep, something like that. So, sadly, because parts of the area here are broken now, we have to take this long path, and we can't do quick saves now because when fights are nearby, you can't save. So just break the curse here, and let's head into the throne room for the final boss fight. But still, it couldn't be the final boss fight without a cutscene in front of it. So let the guys talk. And before you can start the actual fight, of course, the Underlord has to show
His final form.
no, not his final form, but he has to show what a complete asshole he is by just wiping out the whole city.
Just because he can.
Just because he can, yeah.
Yeah, you insult people in the speedrun just because you can. So, he is doing basically the same.
Can't argue on that. But he also absorbs her souls. Their souls. So, 3 phases to go.
3 phases, 2 more game crashes.
Nah, no. At least it has never crashed there.
That never happened before.
Also, pretty nice music in the background for this phase. I don't know whether or not it's hearable in the stream. Should be, hopefully. I don't know. The game music. Is it very well hearable in the stream? Okay. So there are some invisible enemies which I don't want to get to interfere here. Okay. So 2 more hits on the Monarch. We still have some minutes. It's still the first phase. Actually, I could be faster by trying this. Laptop strats. I just skilled a lot of strength, so I deal more damage. You can see it. Two more phases left.
Das schwarze Grimoire.
Das schwarze Grimoire.
So now this gets a little bit brainfucked because we actually killed the undead, and that means not the undead lord, but the monarch, which is also undead. And if you kill one of these, you get drained into the realm of the dead. And since the undead lord himself was nearby, we have to fight a fusion of them now, more or less.
This guy is looking creepy.
It's actually a very creepy fusion of both of the enemies. If you look closely, you see that he has two heads.
Why? Just why?
And I have to use this weapon, and it really does no real damage. One more time. And then one more phase to go, and the third phase is the shortest one, so... Yeah, and because that wasn't brainfuck enough, we now have Benedict, Scarlet's friend, who's dead, and he also wants to play a bit. But actually, the sad thing is I hate undead people because they never play by the rules. They never can do that. I totally hate it.
Break the rule, that's the trick. Like break the game, that's speedrun.
Okay. Spear to your face.
Be a man, stab it in the back.
Like this?
Yeah, like this.
Or like this?
Why not both?
Okay, now I have to smash through. And the splitter didn't work. It was time at 2:13:09. It didn't work. Maybe I bumped something down there. Hopefully not.
Yeah, but we're done.
Yeah, that was the run. So, since I started later, I think I will cut most of the things I wanted to say after the run, but yeah.
Was geschieht nun?
Let's head over to the next run, which is a race, I guess. The trifecta race. So yeah, thanks for having me, and hopefully you enjoyed the run of Venetica.